Okay, we're here with Jared Lloyd. We're up here just outside of Coburn, and Jared is a modern-day shepherd. And so Jared, how in the world did you get into this business?
So my family was in agriculture about 5 generations here. I always joke my great-grandmas all come from sheep families and my great-grandpas all come from cattle families. Some a bit of a conundrum there because you're supposed to be one or the other.
Yeah.
Culturally.
So 98, you start with 4?
Yes.
And now you have how many?
650 ewes, and we're not quite done lambing yet, but we've got 600-ish babies right now.
Okay. So a total of almost 1,300.
Yes.
That's a lot of sheep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Jared, in John 10 that we're covering this week, Jesus talks about only the owner of the sheep can enter through the door, and others that enter through other means are thieves that come to kill, steal, and destroy.
Right.
From our perspective, modern day perspective, help us to understand what Jesus is talking about there.
So, my understanding of how the old shepherds kept their sheep was they built stone corrals, and they had basically the one entrance they came into at night. And so
and that's the sheepfold.
Yes.
Right there, right?
And so you'd gather in to protect from predators or thieves or whatever.
Okay.
And usually the shepherd would sleep in the gate.
Okay, so during the day they could be out in pasture.
Yes, the shepherd would take them out with the dogs, and they'd range, and then they'd come back into safety at night.
And so that's where Jesus talks about the sheep know his voice.
Yes.
So there would be other shepherds out with their own folds, and they would call their sheep.
Yes.
And they would know his voice, right?
Yes. Sometimes they don't respond to it.
You mean sheep can be ornery?
Every day.
Yeah. And so the shepherd would call them, put them in the fold at night, and he would lie at the door
to keep things from predators or people from coming in and out the door.
So that the shepherd actually is protecting the sheep with his own life.
Yes.
So your sheep, have you named all of them?
Lots of them have names. There's probably 200 with names.
Okay.
And a lot of them I know by their numbers too, or different characteristics. Or there's one black ewe that we just call Friendly Black, and then there's another one that's got her number's 1984, so we call her Orwell, and goofy things like that.
Well, this goat obviously knows you.
Yes, that's Peppermint.
Peppermint.
Yeah.
Okay, so when Jesus talks about the shepherd and the sheep, the relationship, and that the sheep know his voice, is that actually true? Do the sheep really, do they get conditioned to know your voice?
Yes. It can be romanticized a little bit, but particularly the leaders. Every flock basically has leaders or groups of leaders, and it's usually kind of like a matriarch of a family. And sheep are very family oriented too. Okay. And so the old grandma is the leader of the family. But so you can call and I'll yell out Whimsy or Gilda or Blossom or some of the...
So you call them by name?
Yes, and they'll bring the others in.
Jesus also talked about there is an adversary.
Yes.
And that the thief comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And we were just talking to your shepherd that will go up in the range with them and live among them 24/7. Because what kind of predators are up there that are real predators today?
Bears and lions, coyotes, wolf hybrids. I think with the Shetlands, about anything from a chipmunk and larger can eat them. I mean, we have actually had a fox in earlier this spring that was taking some of the early lambs.
A fox?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the furthest pasture up there was a lion, and well, I'd gone up to wade in the creek because it's hot, really hot that day. And I was going up in my flip-flops and shorts and going up. There's a nice little swimming hole up there, and so I'm heading up there, and this lion has a hold of a lamb, dragging it across the creek by the by the neck and taking him across the creek. And so what do I chase him with my flip-flops and shorts? So I'm running at him, I'm chucking my flip-flops at him and yelling, and she dropped the lamb.
Really? Okay, Jared, thanks a ton for letting us come up here and get your perspective of John 10 as a shepherd with the sheep. I think it's going to be great for our whole church to kind of gain a real life experience of a shepherd's life.
Cool.
And the shepherd's heart, right?
Yep.
Okay. God bless you, bro.
You too, Kirk. Thanks.